This is Weather Painters. It's just right now it's still an experimental build, but I like to play with pretty much all of the Weather Painters. I don't like to leave out anybody. I've seen some builds online where they don't play with like Rain and they don't play with Aurora for speed purposes, but I kind of like what they bring to the deck individually. But what I do, I run, starting off with the Weather Painter monster lineup, I run 3 Snow. She's the main one in the deck. She gets everything started. As soon as she's summoned, she automatically brings any canvas, any Weather Painter canvas card, magic or trap, to the field face up. So you definitely want to run 3 of her. Normally I target Snowy Canvas with her, bring it, remove her, search for any other Weather Painter card. I run 3 Thunder. He's another searcher, but he brings out any canvas card from deck as long as you send another canvas from your field face up, or any continuous spell or trap card actually, which kind of lets you abuse him because you can send Valhalla for his effect and get a canvas. So it's a good tech in the deck. I'm actually right now I'm playing 3 of everything. 3 Sun, just so I can see it more. 3 Sun. Sun is the one that reborns from the graveyard. You send a canvas, he comes back from the grave, and then you can play another canvas from hand. So good recursion there. You always want to make sure you go into your Link monster for the Weather Painter deck while you have him on the field. That way, if you get 5, you send 3. Make sure that he's one of the 3 that you send. Send a canvas, boom, you got your 3 for Weather Painter Rainbow to negate everything. Weather Painter Rain, I'm running 2 of.
Is there a reason why you run 2?
I run 2 of Weather Painter Rain because 1, she only gets her effect to play a canvas from my hand when she's special summoned from out of play. So, and she drains your hand on top of that. She makes it so you have to play a canvas from hand. You don't get to search your deck for a canvas with her. So some people feel like that's irrelevant. I feel like if you just sent a canvas for Sun's effect and you have the same canvas in hand and you banish Rain, boom, you just play it again when she comes back. That way you can still have the same effects on the field. I played 3 Cloud. Cloud is your resource recycling. Whenever a weather canvas is sent to grave by an effect, Cloud lets you play 2 other canvases from your graveyard back on the field face up. Any 2 canvases. So you could get back Thunder Canvas and Snowy Canvas, or Cloudy Canvas, whatever you need at that time. And then the last one, I play 2 Aurora. Aurora protects all of your canvases. They can't be targeted or destroyed as long as she's face up on the field. When she's normal summoned by tribute summoning, she then also allows you to play another canvas from your deck to the field. But typically, I try to special summon her just because I like the protection that she provides for the Weather Painter's cards. Actually, I think I am running, yeah, I did. I experimented. I have 3 Painter Rains, and it actually just helped me to win this multiplayer that we were in because she came up right when I needed her. Then we get into Magic and Traps. The main canvas you want to make sure you run 3 of, Snowy Canvas. Snowy Canvas is your search card. It's the one I typically activate first turn, so I can get more resources to my hand. And it's a good card to have to activate on your opponent's turn so you can get an additional search on their turn, and then your Weather Painter monsters will come back. If you need to search again by that time, you've already gotten 2 searches off, you can. If not, you can send it to the grave from Thunder's effect, get another canvas that'll give you some defense on the field. Run 3 Cloudy Canvas. This is your defense, one of your defense mechanisms whenever you get attacked. Or you can use it offensively because you can target your opponent's monsters to cut them in half and allow them to attack directly, or you can target your own, cut the weather painters in half and attack directly with them. So it's a good card to enable some different plays. I played 2 the Weather Rainy Canvas. I'm sorry, 3 Weather Painted Canvas. This is for spelling Trap Disruption. It sends any magic and trap card on your opponent's field back to the hand. So if they have something face down that they're waiting to activate in the battle phase, send it back. Or if they have something continuous on the field that's causing problems, like a Dark Magical Circle. It's a quick effect, so let's say my opponent summoned their Dark Magician and they go to try and target something. I can chain to the summon, send the circle back to the hand, they get nothing. I also run 2 Sunny Canvases. Sunny Canvas is a little bit more intensive as far as its requirements because you have to banish a monster and then you can tribute a monster as well. So you banish and then you tribute, and then you can reborn from your graveyard, or you can special summon from your hand. But you can only do it once per turn. So just depends on if you need one of the weather painters on the field as opposed to another. Banish one and then sacrifice, boom, bring back the one you need. Typically though, I use this one in combination with the weather painter that it's for, with Weather Painter Sun. I'll activate the effect, banish one, tribute one, and then I can bring back something. Normally you want to make your tribute Sun so that you can then sack this off and bring Sun back. So you don't lose as much when you do it that way. But if the situation doesn't allow for it, it's still a good tech to bring back a monster you need. And then to round out the spell lineup, I play 2 Valhalla of the Fallen. I know some people play 3, but I choose to only play 2 of them, mainly because once you get this off your first turn or within your first 2 or 3 turns, you really don't need it that much anymore. Once you get like 3 or 4 painters on the field, they're going to stay. You know, even if you remove them for effects, they'll be back. And then my last spell is Regeki. That finishes up my spells, run it for obvious reasons, clear your opponent's field, make them start all over. The other tech I might get rid of, and after playing this duel, I'm feeling like it's probably better to get rid of a Rainy Canvas because you probably won't use it all that much. Get rid of a Rainy Canvas for Dark Hole if you really want to have some more clearing, disruption for your opponent's side of the field, but that's optional. Just depends on how you like to play. Trap cards. The usual, this is the best trap card in the deck, the Weather Thundery Canvas. This card is non-targeting removal of any card on the field. So you can send back any card that your opponent attacks a weather painter with using Thundery Canvas. That's one of the best defense mechanisms I've seen that they've added to any deck, especially these newer decks that are coming out. I play only one of the Weather Auroral Canvas. That is the disruption card for searching. It's kind of like if they search a card, you can activate Auroral Canvas, banish a card, and then whatever they search, you banish that card. It does let them draw another card afterwards, but it does disrupt them because they don't get the card that they wanted. That card goes straight out of the game. So it's a good card to play if you want to stop your opponent from making a play. Because sometimes they only need one card in order to go off into sometimes a game-winning move, and if you remove that card, then they're stuck. They don't have it. Typically, it actually will work pretty good against Pendulum Magicians, especially now because they don't have most of their search cards. Like Double Iris is banned, Skullcrabat Joker is banned, but they still have search power in the deck, being like Wavering Eyes, things of that nature that they can go in the deck and get things. Purple Poison Magician, you want to get rid of Purple Poison Magician before he hits the field. So, boom, you got your Auroral Canvas, remove it from the game. That's all of the Weather Canvas cards. I do play a few more traps in the deck to round it out. I play Fuse Line, just one of it. This card is actually a pretty interesting tech because it kind of forces my opponents to stay on their toes. This card, whenever it's set, I can target one card on the field and this card's column and destroy it. So it doesn't matter where I set it. If I set it here, doesn't matter. If you have, typically this works well with link monsters. If my opponent has a link monster here, which is pretty much lined up with column 4, and that link monster activates its effect, kill it off gate. Or really any card. So it's just a good way to get rid of your opponent's cards that they probably aren't expecting. And then I run 2 broken lines. This trap card is similar to Fuse Line, except that it waits for the activation of a card effect, so a spell, a trap, or a monster effect. That's in the same column. And then it will negate that effect and destroy the card. So it's great for stuff like Crystal Wings. It's great for, especially the Sarugia, the new Link monster that just came out. Lets you draw cards, power up your monsters, and special summon. You can just kill it, no problem. But it's a good tech. I like running this in the deck as well. I play 1 Drowning Mirror Force. In the event that I've removed all of my Weather Painters from the field, I'm wide open, but I still have my Magic and Trap card set. Drowning Mirror Force is a great card to have because it doesn't target, it sends everything that your opponent has on the field back to their deck. So unless they run something to negate a trap card directly, just negate the trap card since it's not a target, it's a perfect board wipe. And then you can return all your Weather Painters from out of play and then proceed to 1-hit KO, 1-turn kill. And then my final 3 cards are Miraculous Descents. Tech these cards in because in the event that you've removed everything, and let's say you don't have Drowning, but you can still activate some of your canvases in the backfield, Miraculous Descent is a perfect card to have to bring back a painter, activate your card, do what you need to do so you can stay alive. And then since it's the card that it brought back is removed, then the card isn't destroyed. It'll just come back at the end of the turn. So the only thing is, when you play this, if you do banish the card that you bring back, that it stays in the backfield. So you'll have to do something to get rid of it, but that's why you keep Rainy Canvas in, so you can get rid of or put back in your hand this card and keep using it. So it's a good tech, it's a good recycling tactic. Don't have to use it often because the Weather Painters pretty much take care of themselves for the most part, but that's the deck as far as the main cards in the main deck. Right now, I'm not playing that many Link monsters. I literally only play 3 Weather Painter Rainbows. That's all I play is Link monsters. I haven't gotten an idea as to what else I might want to throw in here with the Link monsters. I don't want to throw Synchro Summon in or Exceed because it removes the painters from the field, and then I can't bring them back because they're not banished. So I just run Painter Rainbow. I want it to be kind of the exclusive strategy for just them. And it works pretty well. I actually haven't lost a duel yet with this deck. I'm sorry, I haven't lost a match yet with this deck. I have lost a duel, thanks to yours truly. So, that's all right.
How much this deck ended up costing you?
It actually only cost me, I bought 1 box, and actually the box was a birthday gift, so I didn't spend the $60 to get it. My parents actually bought the box for me for a birthday present, and then I bought the Weather Painters that I was missing, which was just 1 Thunder, 1 Snow, 1 Sun, and 1 Cloud. And the Fuse Lines and the Broken Lines, those are the only cards I bought, and that was about $12 total. That's all it cost.
So under 75.
Under 75 bucks, you can build this deck.
That's not bad at all.
It's not at all. Cheap deck, it performs well, it's consistent. That's something that we're lacking with a lot of strategies now, even Pendulum Magician, because of some of the bans. So I mean, if you're looking for a consistent deck that will get you a lot of wins, like this is it. Like, don't sleep on the Weather Painters.